Good day, viewers. My name is Nicanor Nangolo, reporting to you live from the Dunes Mall of Walvis Bay as we bring you your latest news updates, weather tides, and we also have a conversation with the Business Development Officer and Urban Agricultural Project Coordinator, Yvette Hausiku, who shares information about the funds received and how beneficiaries must make use of these funds. So, to find out more information about that, please stay with us. We'll be right back after this. Now for our first story, MN Capital Group, a top-tier Africa-focused investment communication and institutional business development firm, announced that various pension funds and several international and local leading institutions come together to discuss economic growth through alternative investments. The Namibia Institutional Investment Forum will be held at the Swakopmund Plaza Hotel from the 10th to the 11th of March, themed Harnessing Alternative Investment to Drive Economic Recovery. The guest speakers will be Nicole Masake, Managing Partner of the Eros Capital, and Kenneth Matomola, Chief Executive Officer of the Namibia Financial Institution Supervisory Authority. Speaking in an interview, Michael Dinisa, Chief Executive Officer of the MN Capital Group, said these country-specific institutional investment programs are designed to create a platform for the discussions of issues affecting institutional investors as well as key players in the industry such as fund managers, custodians, administrators, and every other stakeholder. We'll also look at how to develop ways on how to overcome challenges through the employment of factual and time-relevant information and practices as per global standards, and at the same time matching those in Namibia. Growing investment in Africa's economic development along an inclusive and green path depends upon a long-term investment of institutional investors in Africa, because sustainable investment depends on Africa's own pension funds investing in Africa's future, he added. Now for our second story, the Ministry of Justice wants to create safeguards to protect members of the public from losing their homes through repossessions. During a consultative meeting, Justice Yvonne Dossep said there was a need to look into the matter and amend sections of the High Court Act. Stakeholders met to identify reasons that led to primary homes being sold in execution of judgments, to identify defects in the current legal or administrative framework that might lead to abuse of the legal process by creditors, and come up with concrete proposals and recommendations for changes to the current framework with a view to lessen the scourge of people losing their homes. Commenting on the planned amendments, Dorset members said the members of the Parliament National Assembly have raised concerns about repossessions, particularly of primary homes, which affects vulnerable members of the society the most. She said the amendments were not to disregard the sustainability of financial institutions and their role in the economy. The intention is rather to understand the internal processes and how, as a collective, we can offer solutions that assist homeowners to protect their homes from being sold in execution for unpaid debts. The ministry has made proposals they hope can mitigate the impact, Dorset explained, adding that she hoped to table the bill soon. Once the consultations are done, I hope to retable the bills towards the end of the first or the second session of the Parliament. Now, if you want to read more on this, you can check out our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. Up next, we have our weather and tides, so please stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
today to witness the official handover of the grant through the e-Watchers card. This grant is facilitated by ERS on behalf of UNDP under the Build Back Better project, and the e-Watcher cards will be used to purchase material from selected participating retailers locally in Swakopmund. Our goal as a local authority remains to coordinate and promote urban agriculture as part of our strategic plan. We vision one backyard garden. We vision one backyard garden. Hence, this can only be achieved if the community demonstrates interest and commitment. Your presence today demonstrates interest by applying. And your presence today demonstrates interest by being here today. But we need to see your commitment towards this initiative. As part of the Sustainable Coastal Gardening Community Program, there will be an evaluation and monitoring program implemented. We need to use your projects as benchmark. We need to see results. It's not just getting a grant and pretending you got the grant. We need to see results. So the municipality will be working with you from today until forever. Today's event is the greatest milestone for food security, nutritional diet, and employment creation. This is aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals, internationally, locally, NDP 5, Vision 2030, and obviously Erongo Bay Prosperity Plan. With those remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to leave you with a quote that says, "A bend in the road is not the end of the road until you fail to make the turn." Can I repeat myself with your permission, please? A bend at the end of the road is not the end of the road unless you fail to make the turn. So there will be challenges. We are here, we are not champions, but you can tap into our experience. You are not alone. Don't go start your project and fail. Come talk to us. We have experienced people in this town that deal with desert agriculture concept. We are in line with UNAM Hentisby campus. We have a professional on board. So please, my phrase remains, unless you fail to make the turn. With those remarks, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, we strongly believe it's about time. Namibia as a nation, Namibia as a country, we eat what we produce and only produce what we eat. With those remarks, I say thank you.
Thank you for all the beneficiaries for showing up today. We really had a long and quite short journey at the same time in the time that we have been allocated to come to this phase of the project. So we feel like we know you all very well at this point, and we are very glad that we can start this journey together. Not withholding what my colleagues have said already, I don't want to, basically dilute what they said, especially Robion's very, very critical. Is it a statement or is it, what is it called? Yes, so thank you. My role today will practically just to shed some light on the technicalities as was reiterated by Tatelot. We have a structure and function under this grant facility where the target was basically to just support urban agricultural concept in peri and semi-urban areas. And basically urban areas by supporting you with inputs. So as such, the main structure is for you to basically get a full grant for you to be able to purchase materials, equipment, etc. from the participating retailers. But as a consideration, we know how the setup of a grant should be, and we also don't want to just collect equipment for the sake of collecting. So we have allocated a small portion that can accommodate your costs or inputs for working capital, the labor costs and the likes, a very minimal amount. Because this grant is really supposed to support your activities, your projects, and not necessarily to give you money in the pocket. At that cost, we really avoided that at all costs, and knowing very well that we are dealing with quite professionals and people who mean business. There you are today. So we are here supported by the colleagues of the system development, the colleagues from NEC Corporation who designed this e-voucher system, which is basically a pilot that will lead us into a better future in terms of grant management and disbursing as a government, as an institution in the future. So this is a trademark product or card that will actually do all the grant management aspect, from purchasing to reporting in this regard. And the participating retailers for Sokomut, if I'm speaking under correction, Dion is definitely Pukevit's mega build. I think we have representatives here today. Can I just have a confirmation? Thank you, sir. And Little Food Nursery. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. So you can get all your inputs from there, majority, and the card is loaded to already have that. From our part, as part of the consideration of the card, there's a small amount that will be accommodated as working capital. And in a few rare cases where the participating retailers do not have any of the inputs that had been requested, especially for projects like poultry, we've also allocated a section in the card where it says other suppliers. And in that case, the funds can be paid directly to those particular suppliers, not yourself, only as was already allocated in your budget breakdown. So that withholding that, the card is ready. After this particular stage, we are basically just going to have you formalize this relationship, this agreement, by signing a contract, while the guys will be busy to also show you the demonstration and activation of how the system works. So you'll see that in your contract, we basically indicated that we are with you up until the end of June 2022. But that is for implementation and monitoring aspect of things. We are working, I have to reiterate that we are working on a very, 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 very tight program in this case. And we actually need you to spend and use these whole funds before the end of March. So that means you only have a week or so to really run and swipe at all retailers. Yes, at most a week, because the grant was supposed to end in March, April for reporting. So at least we have to liquidate or use up the funds, and then we can do the reporting and monitoring. We will give you a month from here to implement. You will also see an attachment in your contract where we have given you basically a monitoring work and implementation slate, where you can indicate your timeline, says this is what you need to do, and this is the period it will take you. And once you sign that and you send it to us, we'll attach it to your final contract when we give you a copy of your contract after I see your signature, so that we monitor you based on that. So basically, it's simple, basically to say, okay, I'll need to purchase, it will take me 3 days, I'll need to build, and I'll need to plant, and I'll need to harvest. So this is my timeline. When you come after a month or after 2 months, this is where you are going to get me, for each and every one of you. In terms of the technicalities, you can actually contact us, the coordinating unit, as we have been doing day to day. I am sorry I didn't introduce myself properly. I'm Yvette. I'm the Business Development Officer of the fund, and also the coordinating person under this program, supported by the colleagues who have always been calling you Macnell and Komotso Mokatle. So we are the unit, and you can just day to day, we will guide you until we reach the final step. So yes, I just wanted to just emphasize the issue of time, the issue of purchasing, the issue of liquidating, because whatever is left in your account, that like your e-voucher card, will definitely go back to the donor. So we don't want that. We want to utilize the fund as much as possible. We work together. This is a pilot program that we are really aiming on building on for future endeavors. From aspects from the EIF, aspects from the Namibian government at large, the Ministry of Agriculture. We want to build on this, but the success of this pilot program, as was emphasized, will determine where we go going forward. So on that note, I think I have summed up what I needed to say in that regard. We'll be here once we wrap up for all the technical questions.
My name is Etla Karundandona. I heard about this project last year, December, and I applied. So I got accepted, and this year I become an official recipient of this program. So I previously had a garden before the program, but now I'm very happy that I got funded and I'm going to expand my garden. Previously, I used to plant like green peppers, tomatoes, herbs, cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, and spinach. But now I'm going to expand to more other vegetables as well. I'm so happy to feed my community or my friends and also to make some little bucks for my pocket. I'm so grateful to UNDP for this project. Thank you.
Hi, this is Bron von West, your favorite creativity specialist, and it's time to think like a negotiator. In this episode, I'd like to cover something that I call a run and gun style of tactic. These negotiation settings and tactics are used in informal situations that happen to us all every day, and it's an opportunity for us to become better negotiators. This tactic is called "It's Nice to Be Nice." And what happens is that a lot of training goes into training staff and people in employment on how to deal with difficult people. They've got manuals and manuals and manuals on how to do customer relations and how to handle difficult conversations and all kinds of things. But what they don't get training on is how to handle nice people. And this is an obvious flaw that you can exploit for your own benefit in being a nice, agreeable person, something that they might not see every day. And then you just extend that by asking something nice about them, anything that you can notice that makes them an individual. And this works especially well in companies or organizations where people are forced to wear a uniform, or they work on commission, and it's very long, boring, grueling hours. And so people will tend to find a way to do something that makes them stand out as an individual. The woman who colors their hair purple, or nails, or the guy with a fully grown beard neatly trimmed, or the guy with the calluses on his fingers to show that he's playing guitar, or the lady that's wearing two different kinds of socks. Anything that makes them stand out as an individual that you can pick up on and notice and then compliment. What this then does is it opens them up, and they don't really know how to deal with this. It feels nice to be complimented on something, especially if they put in effort into it, especially if they had to think it through. Now, once you've established a rapport with them, you can ask for something like a extended warranty, a better time frame, anything really that is within their power obviously to grant, and that is reasonable for them to do so. Now, I do want to add a little caveat to this, that complimenting people, especially women, on things they have no control over, such as their beauty, their facial features, and the like, this is not going to win you any sort of negotiation power, right? Women get told they are beautiful all the time. Complimenting something that they have no control over really is not going to help you, right? Noticing the calluses on someone's fingers on your hand shows them that you are observant and that you appreciate them as an individual. Not that this is dating advice or anything like that. It's just something to keep in mind when you want to try and negotiate and be nice to someone, right? And this is a trap that you yourself easily fall into. And what to do is to handle a compliment is just be accepting of it. Just say thank you very much, and then just wait to make sure that they don't try and exploit it. Right, that's really it. So just be nice to be nice. Notice something that is an individual from someone, and then use that as a conversation starter and get them talking about themselves, and then establishing a relationship with that person will get you a better negotiating power in the end. So I hope this tactic has been useful. I hope you can employ it at some point during the day, during your work hours.
In Wednesday's weather report, for Walvis Bay, the sun will set 17 minutes past 7 and will rise 4 minutes past 7 on Thursday. Walvis Bay will experience a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. For Swakopmund, the sun will set 17 minutes past 7 and will rise 4 minutes past 7 on Thursday. Swakopmund will experience a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A west wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Henties Bay, the sun will set 18 minutes past 7 and will rise 5 minutes past 7 on Thursday. Henties Bay will experience a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A southwest wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Arandis, the sun will set 15 minutes past 7 and will rise 3 minutes past 7 on Thursday. Arandis will experience a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 15 and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A west-southwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. For Usakos, the sun will set 13 minutes past 7 and will rise at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Usakos will experience a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 18 and a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A north-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. For Karibub, the sun will set 12 minutes past 7 and will rise 1 minute to 7 on Thursday. Karibub will experience a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 17 and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A north-northwesterly wind will prevail with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. And lastly, for Omaruru, the sun will set 11 minutes past 7 and will rise 1 minute to 7 on Thursday. Omaruru will experience a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 16 and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius predicted for Thursday. A north wind will prevail with a speed of 9 kilometers per hour. And that was your Wednesday weather report.
Platz am Meer is a landmark on the coastline of Namibia, a home to quality shops and quality restaurants, a select variety of fashion and food retailers, as well as banks. Not to mention the pier with 36 luxury apartments and entertainment for the whole family. Find us at corner of Taborit and Albatross Street, Vineta North, Swakopmund. Call us on 064 462 242. Visit platzammeer.com.na or at Platz am Meer on Facebook. Platz am Meer, enhancing your coastal experience.
Tell me, baby, do you like the way I move? Come on, get your dance on. We can have as much fun as you can possibly get. With your dance on, come on, now come on, baby. Let's get this game on. Let me see it. Let's get this game on. Get it started.
Now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our episode, but for more news, please do visit our website. That's at www.erongo.com.na. You can also share with us your news steps at newstepserongo.com.na. That's newstepserongo.com.na. Or you can also share with us your story on our WhatsApp and our Telegram. That's at 0811 7040. That's 0811 7040. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. It's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Alternatively, you can check out our online channel, that's oneup2.com, that's oneup2.com, or you can simply check out our DStv channel, that's channel 285 on DStv and channel 94 on GOtv. Now, that was the end of our episode. Until next time, it's goodbye.